Hello, friends. So let's look into what is Microsoft Azure and what all services it is providing and how to access Azure portal. So if you see overall three major cloud providers are there. One is Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is also known as Windows Azure, which is uh, which is Microsoft's public cloud computing platform. So it provides lots of cloud services, including compute, analytics, storage, and networking. These are the four categories. If you see, user can pick and choose from these services to develop new applications, scale up, scale down, or run existing applications in cloud. So if you see that Microsoft, even we discussed in previous videos as well, that Microsoft charges for Azure for the on the basis of usage, like what all resources we are using. Based on that, we have to pay. Meaning, first we have to take it subscription, then we can choose some resources, or based on that we have to pay every month based on the usage only. So its charges are based on resource usage. Now, how does Microsoft Azure work? So let's try to understand. Once customers subscribe to Azure, then that user can access all the services, including Azure portal, and also it can use multiple resources like virtual machine and database. And in fact, initially, if you want to do some practice using Azure portal, then in that case, you can avail free account as well, which is for 30 days. Now, Microsoft, as generally, if you see how users or maybe organization use Microsoft Azure, basically in different use case scenarios. So you can see that majorly, it providing multiple service offerings. So majorly, we are using virtual machines or containers, which are most popularly used in Microsoft Azure. So these like compute resources, through compute resources, we can host, or we can have one virtual machine wherein we can use it as complete machine, a complete system. And it's having like internet information services, IaaS, third party applications you can deploy there, and lots of other resources you can deploy there. So Microsoft also supports third party operating system as Linux as well. And another thing is, like, through Azure, you can host your databases as well. Suppose you want to host your database, you want to store your database, either SQL or maybe no SQL, you can store it in Azure. So some users use it for that perspective only. And also few people are using for backup and disaster recovery, like if they want to have some archival data which need to retain there for long term, they can use for that purpose. So it's based on the usage, resources are provided, and based on that, payment is done. So now, coming to Azure product and services, let's go into just covering here like what all services it is providing. Further, we will be going into detail for each and every service. So if you see, like majorly from the top, we are starting like compute is one service. So these services helps user to deploy and manage VMs, virtual machines. User can also run some batch jobs for doing some work for regular work, like. And also it supports like remote application server, application access, and lots of other things. Then you can see that through this virtualization we can do entire development, testing application we can execute. Then we can also extend it further for deployment perspective. Azure virtual machines are also providing flexibility to deploy complete application, storage perspective, and everything. Next service is mobile. For this service, developers generally use to deploy or to build cloud applications for mobile devices. So generally, if you see that we are providing notification services in mobile devices, so user can build notification service. It can support for backend tasks, and also some API related things they can deploy there. Next service is like web. Web is used for development and deployment of web applications. It also offers like search, content delivery, API management, notification, and reporting. Lots of other things it provides here. Next service is storage. So it provides scalable cloud storage for structured and unstructured both types of data. Right? It includes like big data projects as well, wherein if huge data we have to process, we can do processing through big data projects. Then next, coming to analytics, this is very important service. Like it provides distributed analytics and storage, which wherein features can be used for real time analytics, wherein as soon as data is stored or data is coming, at the same time it does automated analytics on the top of that. Some big data analytics we can do on the top of that, machine learning, data lake, business intelligence, so lots of other things we can do. Different kinds of analytics we can perform using this service. Then coming to networking, so networking includes virtual network, dedicated connections, gateways, then load balancing, and all these things are provided in networking. And next service is media and content delivery network, wherein CDN services include like on-demand streaming, encoding, or media playback, indexing, all these things it's covered here. Integration is related to like server backup, site recovery, or sometimes integration between the public and private network as well, covered here in integration part. Then next service is identity. Identity, it generally offers for helps users to capture, monitor, and analyze IoT data. This is from sensors and other devices perspective. Herein, users are authorized to use Azure services, and they can also have protection through the encryption keys, and other sensitive information can be kept here in cloud. So it maintains all multi-factor authentication, Active Directory, and all those stuffs maintained here in identity. Next service is Devops. So Devops, it provides project and collaboration tool like Azure Devops, which includes Visual Studio Team services, and it helps to automate the complete deployment process, and also it provides features of diagnostic and DevOps tools integration, and we can automate test lab like test suite. We can automate there. So lots of things provided here in DevOps. Then next, coming to development. So these services help application developers to share code, test application, and to do debugging, track issues. And Azure also supports lots of programming languages like JavaScript, Python, .NET, Node.js, and also it provides tools for SDK, blockchain, etc. So development is easy through this. Security is like it provides capability to identify and respond to threats, cloud security threats, and it also manage those threats through encryption process. The next service is artificial intelligence and machine learning, wherein developer can use different features for AI, ML, and cognitive computing. Containers help us to create or register or manage huge volume of containers in the Azure cloud. Databases, it includes both types of databases like SQL, NoSQL DB, wherein Cosmos DB, and also it helps for maintaining data warehouse, Azure data warehouse, Azure SQL, and Postgres SQL. So it provides all those facilities, and we can use database as per our need. Next is migration. So it provides suite for migration from on-prem to Azure SQL, or to move data from on-prem to Azure cloud. So for that, it provides all the like workload or workload related things we can maintain here. Next is management and governance. Services provide range of backup, recovery, compliance, automation, scheduling, and monitoring tools it provides here. Next is mixed reality. Mixed reality is it helps to create content for Windows mixed reality environment, wherein 3D effects we can bring into the training material or maybe some other projects. Next is blockchain. So blockchain helps to create blockchain applications. Intune is used to enroll user devices. This is for pushing some security policies and mobile apps to those devices. So Intune is majorly helpful. It has tools for tracking apps as well, and also it provides some features like to secure the devices. Apart from that, a few organizations use for disaster recovery and backup, use Azure services for disaster recovery and backup as well, backup of data as well. So different usage we are having in Azure services, and people are using based on their need. So now let's look into that, like how to access this portal. So in browser, you have to write here portal.azure.com. If you already have its subscription, you can open that. And if you don't have its subscription, you can avail 30 days free subscription. You can do some practice using that. So if you see in this portal, here it is, here it's providing options of all the recent resources. You can also check subscription details through subscriptions. It's having all the subscription details. If you have more than one subscription, it can show here. Then other option is you can have here all resources, like whatever you have created, like for log analytics purpose, or maybe for some VMs you have created. So it will show you all the details here. Then suppose you want to see all the resources like which we discussed in deck. So it's having creator resource, like wherein it's showing categories. All the categories are having, these are having same categories which I shared with you. So like analytics, blockchain, compute, containers, all these categories are there. And if you select suppose compute, then it is showing all offerings there, offerings in the category. So these are resources. Under resources it's having categories, and under categories it's having different offerings. So based on your need you can access your offerings. So this is overall about the portal. And in next session we will cover compute service in detail, and we will cover what offerings are there, how to create virtual machines. So in upcoming videos you will see more detailed services. Hope this video is helpful for you. We have covered what is Azure, but all services it is providing, and how to access its portal. So in next upcoming video you will be seeing like what all offerings are there in compute, what all compute services are, and how to use compute services, and we'll cover creating virtual machine as well. So hope this video is helpful for all of you. If you want to see upcoming videos, so please subscribe and like this video. Thank you.